Okay, here we go.
That's it. We had cats up here earlier trying to get food, and now we got a fox.
Hey, my name's Alex. This past summer, I trekked around solo through Switzerland and Italy. I journeyed across land, water, and sky with so many unexpected happenings along the way.
This is wild up here. I'm like hiking around in a cloud right now.
Throughout my adventures, I went on hikes, had some of the most incredible food and drinks, and found the party scene.
Let's take some shots.
With only a backpack on my shoulders, a heart full of dreams, and some new friends for life, come with me on my adventure of a lifetime as I trek around and find out. Last episode, I arrived to the peaceful town of Gimmelwald, where I checked into my hostel for 4 nights. After, I journeyed out quickly to catch an afternoon hike.
This view! Oh my gosh. I'm behind a waterfall, yeah! Cheers, new friends and free alcohol, we love it.
The night was incredible at the hostel with new friends galore, and now today, I'm heading to another hike day adventure. Shall we trek around and see what surprises are in store, y'all?
Die Katze.
She knows she's got a hustle.
She does. Die Katze says hello.
So good? I don't think this is so good.
Hey, you know what? Bees gotta eat too.
It's
We got
a
the
wasp.
bee, we got the cat.
wasp.
Everyone's trying to
Look
eat
at
at this
how
table.
it is, please.
Breakfast and a view.
It looks like everyone checked out. I mean, there's 2 beds here that have stuff on it, but I feel like they just forgot to take their stuff off. And, yeah, this is me. My little cozy cove. And the view.
After I got breakfast with my friends, I headed down to the valley via cable car, where I took a bus to Lauterbrunnen and then a train up to my next town I would explore for a moment before heading on my day's adventures. Now, this day is quite a rip-roaring one, and I hope that you enjoy the figurative and literal ride with me. What's up, everyone? Good morning from lovely Wengen. I just got here a few minutes ago, and I just purchased my ticket for the Royal Ride up to Männlechin. It's amazing. You actually get to ride on top of the gondola instead of being inside of it. So, gonna see a very cool experience in a little bit. But last night was so much fun at the hostel. I chilled out and read my book after I cooked some homemade noodles. Some of these girls from Singapore that I met at Bombers actually inspired me to cook my own. So I made some eggs and I put my noodles in, and it was very tasty and very budget friendly. Great for a budget traveler like I am the majority of the time. But yeah, so then I had an interaction with this girl who I had met earlier in the kitchen, and she invited me to have drinks with her and this other German girl, the one that I met, she was from the US. And then eventually we went inside and we played cards with some people from Israel. And then I eventually just stayed up way too late chatting with one of them. But it was a very lovely night, and then I had a great breakfast. I love when a hostel has breakfast, because then you don't have to worry about going out and finding something, and it's all just like right there. And had some lovely fresh homemade bread. This bread was so good. It was so warm, so tasty. Had some cheese, some what else did I have? I had some yogurt, granola. I'll probably have orange juice tomorrow. Put some peanut butter and Nutella on the toast too, and butter. I mean, it was all so good. And a banana, of course, because I'm super healthy. But yeah, now I'm here. I'm gonna go up to Männlichen, and then I'm gonna explore up there a little bit. I've got like 30 minutes to explore this area too as well. But I was more excited to get up to the top and do this hike called the Panorama Trail, which goes over to Kleine Scheidegg, and apparently it's one of the most beautiful hikes. So I can't wait to get going, and the weather looks like it cleared up tomorrow, so might actually have another day to get some more hikes in. So super exciting, come along. Wengen is a very cozy town with a population of roughly 1,300 people. It sits above Lauterbrunnen with a beautiful, beautiful view overlooking the valley. Be sure to head to Wengen Church to take it in. It's truly magnificent and a pretty popular spot. Now, I loved exploring the cozy nooks of this town, which many people stay in during their trips to the area. This is one of the bigger towns, so if you're looking for more creature comforts, this might be your spot. I then took hold of my ticket and headed over to the Royal Ride. Here, you can ride on top of the cable car with a special ticket from Wengen to Männlechin. Now, space is limited, so if you're wanting to do this, be sure to get your ticket in advance. I was able to snag one about an hour before, but it might be different day to day, so be sure to check. On top of the cable car, it was so freeing, and you can tell from my laughter that this experience is truly remarkable. Once I got off, I took in the view from the top one last time. Männlichen is a mountain that you can climb in the Jungfrau region that is 2,343 meters or 7,687 feet. Now, I decided to do the Royal Walk there, and along the walk, there are lots of things to do that invite the child within, and there's also lots of cows. There are also great spots along the route to stop and take in the view. Now, if you like childlike joy, hit that subscribe button because you know I'm a kid at heart. As I reached the peak and the crown of the Royal Walk, I was stunned once again by the Swiss beauty these mountains hold. If you like mountain views, hit that like button below. This area is truly unbelievable, and you know, it's in the middle of all the action in the area, so it's a really cool spot to visit, and I highly recommend putting Männlichen on your list when you're in this area.
Y'all, I have made it to the top. I took that open air gondola and it was so amazing. Very freeing to be on top and just to really feel it all happening and like the air rushing by you and just seeing out. I mean, it was incredible. And then I got to the top and there's this thing called the King's Walk that I just did, and there's lots of these fun little games along the way. I didn't play all of them, but there was one I did play, and one you kind of like move a little cap to the top of this mountain and try to avoid all these holes. Just like real mountain climbing, you know, you try to avoid the holes and make it to the top of the mountain. But now that I'm up here, like, it's really cool to be up here because I get a view of everything. I can see Lake Thun, which I passed on my very first day here. I see Interlaken, where I began my journey. I see the Scheidegg Plaza to Fierst Ridgeline that I hiked. I see Grindelwald down there in the distance, and then behind me you can see Lauterbrunnen and Wengen that I just came from. And I also can see the river that I rafted in. I mean, it's just wild that you know, I'm kind of like up here in the middle of it all. And that's kind of what Männlichen was, which was why I was really pumped to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna now begin my descent here in a bit, and I'm gonna try to do this hike over to Kleine Scheidegg, and I might even go a little farther to Mount Eiger, seeing how the weather is and seeing how my feet hold up with my blisters. I do look pretty fabulous in this outfit, I will say. But yeah, we'll see how we make it. But there's one thing I have to do before I leave this mountaintop. I'll start it. There you go. All you have to do is hold it and look at me.
Oh, no, this is set to me.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, darn. I'm trying to hit some things. I'm yodeling on the top of this. Really quickly. Yes, okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yodeling. That's it. Thank you.
How do you think I did? I thought I crushed it. I went back down the mountain and found a nearby area full of snacks, food, and drinks, and of course, bathrooms. There was also a playground for both children and adults. Duh! Now, I have to say the huge cow here was a personal favorite for me. You can see it right here. And lo and behold, guess what was inside it?
I mean, I have to go down the slide. Hello.
Super fun, super good vibes. And then a hop, skip, and a jump later, and I was all of a sudden on the Panorama Trail. Now, the Panorama Trail goes from Männlechin to Kleine Scheidegg over the course of roughly 2.9 miles or 6 kilometers, with only a little elevation gain or loss depending on which way you go. The hike takes less than 2 hours typically and gives beautiful views of some of the most iconic Swiss peaks. Enjoy these views. After hiking through some of the beautiful landscapes, you'll stumble upon more civilization as you near Kleine Scheidegg. Now, there are lots of food establishments within the area, and you'll actually see, if you're coming from Männlichen, that Kleine Scheidegg is a train hub connecting multiple areas of the region. You can even take it up to the top of the whole area. It's called Jungfraujoch, but I did not end up doing that this time around. Hopefully I'll do it someday in the future. Now there's lots of food, drinks, shops, bathrooms here as well, so it's a nice little hub if you're needing a break from the nature aspect of everything. But then I took the train back down and had a pleasant surprise on my walk through the valley towards home. Enjoy the adventure.
So, who am I to really teach you anything? Do I know what's true? True for you. But at least I think there are some nuggets found along the way. That, for instance, you must learn to wait for night to turn into day. Night to turn into day. But if your aim is straight, and if you're willing to wait, you're gonna get there. Wait and see. If you can take some rain, you'll get twice the sun, my friend. You're gonna get there. Wait and see. You'll get there eventually.
Y'all, what a lovely day. I ended up finishing that panoramic hike, and it was really beautiful. The clouds were rolling in on and off, but there were lots of beautiful like rock formations that I saw, and if the clouds hadn't been there, I'm sure the big three would have just been stunning. But then I came back to Lauterbrunnen. I took the train from Kleine Scheidegg. I was feeling exhausted. I was just like, I'm just gonna walk home, I'm gonna go drop my stuff off, and then I ordered a Too Good To Go meal, which is basically this thing that helps with food waste. So like these places, grocery stores, bakeries, pizza shops, whatever, at the end of the day, when they have stuff that they're gonna have to throw out, instead of throwing it out, they're like, oh, do you want it? And so I paid like 5.90 franc for at least 18 francs worth of stuff from the coop for dinners tonight, and then maybe, I don't know how long it'll last. But so I was walking, and this person just like started striking up a conversation with me. He also ended up being a solo traveler from Tel Aviv, and we had a lot in common. It was very lovely, very great conversation. And then we were just like walking by the Trummelbach Falls, and we decided to go in, and it was awesome. He's staying in Grindelwald, and I'm staying over here. So we parted ways, but you might see him again. You never know. Solo traveling, it's so much fun. Just like you never know who you're gonna meet, or what you're gonna connect on, and just very, very like good vibes, good times. So now I'm heading to catch the cable cars up to Murren to get my food. Woo!
If you learned anything from that video, it's that you should not take a talking video by running water. I know I learned my lesson. Anyways, as I headed home, something appeared out my gondola window. And at first, I couldn't believe my eyes, but sure enough, it was a rainbow. How gay, I love it. I then picked up my Too Good To Go food, which ended up being an expensive salad and some cheese. It wasn't fully worth it this time, but it is a lot of the time, so I do recommend it still, but not this time. I made ramen instead though, because I'm just a good old ramen girly these days. Then my friend who I made in the kitchen, who works at the hostel, brought me a free dessert. She was working on them in the kitchen and she brought me one to eat and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful view before the night got bumping.
Okay, so I have to hit this bottle. How many times?
20 times.
20 times, because the number 20 was on the bottom.
Yes.
And we're gonna do this. We're gonna do some Klopfer. and I got a Hugo Spritz. A Hugo Spritz. Yes. Okay, you're the best. Thank you. Dankeschön.
Maybe
Oh, well,
it's
yes.
a German thing.
We love an Aperol Spritz.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a cheers. Cheers. Yes. Wait, on your shoulder? Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
You don't think he's been fed too many times, do you?
This is not well. We had cats up here earlier trying to get food, and now we got a fox.
After the fox, some people began to sing around the campfire, and we all decided to join in. Mountain Hostel is a super social hostel, so if you love chatting with people, you should definitely check this place out. You might even see a fox.
Mojo lawn.
Your monster towel on.
Towel on.
I could tell she liked me from the way she stared. The way she
stared.
And the way she said, you missed it. I can't do it.
Spot over there. Oh wait. Oh wait, can we start it? Can we do that again? I'd have no other way.
The drinks kept flowing with some spiked hot cocoa from the Wunderbar right inside. Yummy!
That's so funny.
What is he doing? He's chilling.
The fox appeared multiple times throughout the night and was a hilarious happening. Solo travel is full of surprises, and this fox wildlife, it was probably one of the biggest ones yet. But stay tuned next week for my scariest hike to date. Check you later.